Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amir and I'm excited to have you here for my very first course on HTML and CSS. Yes, you heard it right, this is my very first course and I'm new to the YouTube. So bear with me as we learn together. Now the disclaimer, I might make some mistakes and as soon as you let me know that there is a mistake, I will definitely fix it in the next video. So today we are going to start with the basic. If you're new to the web development or just you want to brush up on your skill, you're in the right place. In this series, we're going to cover everything you need to know to start creating your own beautiful and functional website from the scratch. So now let me run this beautiful PowerPoint. So as you know, this is the HTML CSS full course and we are going to start with the HTML. Come on, I have to show you this animation. I spent so much time on it. As we go through the course, these agenda gonna be more and more. But for now, like I said, I just start the course and there is not that much to it. So what is the HTML and what is the CSS? In this tutorial, we're gonna cover essential HTML tags. We're gonna talk about the CSS styling and how we can use the CSS to colorize, basically style the HTML skeleton. And HTML is the best place to start if you want to get into the web development. So these are the versions of the HTML. You can also find these information on Wikipedia. It will started on 1995, if I'm not wrong, by Tim Berners-Lee. Let me see. Yes, it was created by Tim Berners-Lee in 1980. But as you can see, this is Tim Berners-Lee. He published the version 3 in 1997, version 4 in 1997, and version 5 in 2017. I will leave the link to all these details in the description below. So now, what is the HTML? HTML stands for the Hypertext Markup Language. I want to be clear that HTML is not a programming language. Do not get it wrong. When they ask you what kind of programming do you do or what kind of programming language do you know, you're never gonna say, oh, I know HTML, because it's not a programming language. It's a markup language. And HTML is a standard markup language for creating web pages. Now imagine you are creating HTML as you are creating the base of a building, right? A building just has the skeleton. It doesn't have any color, it doesn't have any paint, it doesn't have any feature yet. It's just a solid skeleton. Or if you want to think about a car, it's just the body of the car. It's not the engine, it's not the color, it's not the feature. It's just the body of the car. Now the HTML describes the structure of the web page, and HTML consists of a series of the elements. I will talk about what is the element. Elements tell the browser how to display the content. And HTML elements label pieces of the content, such as this is a heading and this is a paragraph and this is a link. So, talking about elements and attributes. Elements are the building blocks of the HTML that define the content structure. Attributes are provided additional information about the elements, such as the styling behavior. So now let's go back to browser. Now before we start, we want to make sure we have all the required software in order to do the web development. I'm using a Brave. You can use Chromium or Chrome if you want, but Brave is built based on Chromium engine. Let me see. So yes, it was built on the Chromium. Another thing I wanted to show it to you guys is, okay, so they built it in Rust, which is, fast, very reliable, and you still can install Chrome extensions. So if you have a Brave browser, you still can go to google.com and you can search like Chrome extensions. You can come here and you still can, let's say, here we go, you can add it to the Brave. Let's see what we find for the HTML. This is one of the awesome extensions. I'm gonna install it and I'm gonna use it later for you guys. Anyway, another program that you will need is VS Code or Visual Studio Code just go to the website. Again, I'm gonna leave the description below and you can download it. Just download based on the operation system that you use. Just download the right one. You can do so much in the VS Code. And I believe, okay, for Mac, they have it for Linux. So just make sure you download the right one and install that. I don't think so you need me to teach you how to install VS Code, but if you need, please let me know in the comment section and I will make a separate video for installing the VS Code. Another software I just want to talk about it with you is Toggle Track. I don't know which company is behind it, I forgot, but I think Fiverr is behind this company. This is one of the awesome program in, I think if you want to learn something, you need to track your time, and it's a free one. So what you're going to do, you're going to create an account and you'll define a project and it will start counting time you spend on that project. That way you can keep track of your learning. You can see how much you spend time on learning the HTML or the CSS or your college courses or any other material that you want to learn. I think it's a good idea to measure the amount of time you spend on it. That way you can see realistically how much time you're spending on it and if you're really learning something or not. This website, Code Academy, gonna be one of my sources that I will use to teach you guys. The other website that I will use is W3 School. If you guys want, you can just come to this website and create an account. Let me see. Just come here, w3school.com, go to the HTML, and you can create an account and you can keep track of your learning. I really suggest this website. Also, the Code Academy, just come to the Code Academy, go to the catalog, choose HTML and CSS, and then come here, check this one. That way it will show you all the free one. And I'm gonna use this website also as a reference for my videos. Another thing I was going to talk about is the certification. You can get an HTML certification for $95. By the way, this is a good website to get some certification. Also, Code Academy is a great website as well. This website is free. W3 School is free, so you can learn as much as you want and then just pay for the certification. Code Academy, on the other hand, is not free. I believe it's like $35 a month or something like that. So if you pay annually, it will be $15 a month or $30 a month if you go month to month. Anyway, make sure you also use ChatGPT, not in order to get the job done, but also for the learning. If you don't understand anything, you can ask ChatGPT. I will talk about it in the other video. We are not going to use ChatGPT to get our job done. We are going to use ChatGPT to get a better understanding over the subject that is hard to understand. This should be the last step in the learning process. I think so. Another useful resources that I would like to share with you guys is this website, roadmap.sh. So you can get a roadmap of any technology. I will start with the front end. So front end is what you see on your computer. As a user, what you see is a front end, and back end is what you don't see. I think that was the easiest way to say it. Back end means it's on the server side, and in front end, it means it's on the user side. So some technologies are front end, some technologies are back end. For example, a front end technology is HTML, and after the HTML, we're gonna go after CSS, and then we can go to JavaScript. Now, this is a whole new world. JavaScript has many platforms, so many libraries. We are going to talk about these later, but for now, we're going to focus on HTML and CSS. Okay, I forgot to tell you guys. So, VS Code is the IDE, and this is another IDE. It's totally up to you guys what kind of IDE you want to use. It's called JetBrains. They have ton of IDEs for different programming language. The one that we're going to use is WebStorm, which is free. I believe so, it's free for everyone. This is a good IDE to use, and VS Code from Microsoft is great. And if you're wondering what the IDE is, the Integrated Development Environment, It's a place that we're gonna code, and it will help us with the resources that we need with our software. There are so many IDEs. VS Code is one of the good one. WebStorm by JetBrains is another good one. Both of them are free. And I have another IDE here. It's a Vim editor. I know this is not graphical and is not as great as the other two, but believe me, so many professional coders, they're using Vim. But as I heard in the companies like Google or Microsoft, they will give you the options. It's your choice of what kind of editor or IDE you want to use. And talking about certification, you can, let me see, there are two websites. I mean, there's a ton of websites like that, but I'll suggest W3 School and LinkedIn. But again, if you want to get a job, I think what matters is you can show your skill. I don't think so they're gonna care about your certification, especially in this level like HTML and CSS or JavaScript. Sure, if it's something harder, let me put it in the right way. If it's something more hands-on, they want to make sure that you have a certification like Cisco or AWS. But I think for HTML and CSS and JavaScript, you don't need a certification, but it's good to have it on your resume. It's good to have it on your LinkedIn profile. Why not? But do not focus on the certification too much. Just make sure you learn the skill and you can show it to the person who's interviewing you. And this is LinkedIn Learning. You basically pass the course here and they will add it right away to your LinkedIn profile. Just in case if you want to get your HTML certification, I think they have one which is pricey. I think it's like $600 and don't know where is it, but I'm okay, yeah, pay one-time price and then they give you access to all the certification. So whatever course they have, you can get here. You can get all the certification for $700. Anyway, so make sure you guys download Brave. Brave is a good one. Make sure you make an account here. These will two gonna be my resources. If you have an account with ChatGPT, that's fine. If you don't, make sure you create one. It's free. We're gonna use it as much as we can. You guys can watch some videos about VS Code, or you guys can watch some videos about WebStorms. Right now I'm using VS Code, but both of them are great. So whichever you want. We also have Vim. If you're not new to the coding, I suggest you to use Vim. But again, right now I'm using VS Code for this course. Yep, much that's it. In case if you guys want to contact with me, this is my Telegram channel. We have a channel and we have a group. In one of them, you can ask questions and you can communicate with people. In the other one, I will just update you about what's happening on the social media. If there's a new course, if there's a new video, I will post that on the channel. But in the group, you can talk to the other people, or if you have any question, you can ask me right there. This is our Discord channel. I haven't set up it yet, but I will work on it. And lastly, this is my email in case if you wanna send me a message. Thank you, and you have a wonderful day or night.